What brings you in today?
Hi. I am having some family issues, and I just kind of want to talk to somebody else about it, besides somebody in my family that already has a preconceived opinion. So,
Of course. Would you mind sort of explaining what sort of family issues you have?
yeah. So it's pretty much with my sister. She is how much younger? She's about 6 years younger. And we've always been fairly close, but the last few years we've gotten increasingly more distant. And I don't know, like I'm one of those people that I want everybody to get along, and that's my only sibling, so I have a hard time like knowing that we're not on the best terms. But I've kind of like almost come to terms with the fact that it's probably not going to get better, but it's just kind of a weird thing to accept. I don't know. So I just kind of wanted to like talk about it.
So you and your sister, you said, are 6 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were very close growing up, but lately your relationship's just been, you've been totally spreading apart.
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty close growing up, although being 6 years older, you know, like I would get annoyed because she would spy on me with her friends and, you know, just normal sibling stuff. But then, I don't know, I feel like she's 32 and I don't think she's very happy in her own life. It's not just to me that she's mean, but she's mean to my parents and really kind of mean to cousins and other family member and kind of disconnects from everybody. And last year I was going through a really hard time getting a divorce, and it was just like the lowest point in my life, and it would have been really nice to have her support. And instead, when friends called to, because I went away to this place to like go, it was like an intensive therapy place for a month, and friends would call and ask her how I was doing, and she would just talk about, like, say all these awful things about me that my friends were like, oh my gosh, we would never talk about you like that. Like, so that was one thing, because all the times that she's ever had hard times in her life, I've either like flown out to be with her or flown her out to be with me, or I've always been there for her. So to have her kind of like backstab me really sucked. Especially because I feel like she couldn't, I mean, I know she doesn't have kids or she's never been married, but I don't know. I feel like she was very judgy, like, oh, just get over it. It's just a divorce. It's no big deal. But I don't know. So, yeah, so there was that. And then, I don't know, she just doesn't communicate. Like, I'll text her. She doesn't text back. And my dad the other day said, well, don't worry about it. She does it to everyone. You know, don't take it personally. But it's kind of hard not to. Yeah. So.
It seems like you're feeling very hurt by just everything that's been going on in your relationship with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, I am. So I just don't know what to do. I guess I kind of feel like I don't want to reopen myself up to get hurt again, because she kind of does it to everybody. But that just stinks to, like, I don't know, I guess you have an idea of like what a sibling should be like, and to not have it be like that is just kind of like, oh, darn. But I don't know, I have really good friends, I have tons of really good girlfriends, but unfortunately, you know, I only have one sister, so.
And just because, you know, you have this expectation of what a relationship with a sister should be, and it's not being met, so you're scared of that vulnerability.
Right. And she's kind of mean to my kids, so that stinks too, because she's the godmother, and she's just not nice to them. She kind of hates kids, so I don't know, it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, I don't know, like, there's not really anything I can do, but I keep on thinking, oh, should I write her a letter or something, but she probably wouldn't even write back, so I feel like I would probably just end up, I don't know, I'm just having a hard time accepting it, because I really don't like it when people don't like me, but my mom and my dad keep going, well, it's not just you, she does it to us, but it's really hard to not be on, I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah. Because you want to mend the relationship and get as close as you guys used to be, but
right.
You're scared that it might not be reciprocated.
Well, and actually, and I don't think after, like, everything that was done last year and how it was like, I mean, I was literally you know, in a really bad place, and like I got no support from her, and then, you know, my friends were way better support than she was, and that just hurt too. So kind of showed me I don't want to say her true colors, but I don't know. So I feel like I can't really ever open myself up as much, but now I just kind of know that she'll backstab me, and I don't know. It's a shitty feeling. So anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to come to terms with it, but I guess I have to be okay that it's not okay, sort of, because I don't think I'll ever be like, oh yay, I have a bad relationship with my sister. But
so, if I hear you correctly, what you would mostly like to focus on is just how your feelings towards the situation.
yeah, because yes, yeah, because I'm not going to put myself out there like that again. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, if she had something and needed help, I would be there for her, but I'm definitely not gonna open myself up to be vulnerable like that again. So, yeah.
And so you mentioned that when you were going through the hardest time in your life last year, that you had friends that came as more of a support than your sister was.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting letters from friends all the time and calling and wondering what they could do and sending me care packages, and she was just pissed. She was really pissed about the whole thing, that I was getting attention, even though it was negative attention that I didn't want. I mean, it's not something I'm proud of, that I like had to go to a place for abuse and stuff. It's not like that's something that I wanted to be, I don't know, it's not something I would never choose that for myself.
Right.
So to have her be mad about it, I felt like it was really, I don't know, like, because the attention was taken off of her. And then she brought up, I mean, she's 32 years old and she still lives off my parents financially. And no, I think she just turned 33. And she brought up that ever since my kids were born, she gets less attention and less presence, which I think is a really weird thing to say, considering, I mean, my son is 7, so I don't know. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, she's kind of jealous of them too, so it's just kind of a weird dynamic.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like you just value just relationships and supporting each other so much that when you feel like your sister isn't there for you, then it hurts even more.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I don't know how many times I've gotten on a plane when she has some kind of crisis, at least like 5, or put her on a plane, so it was like, okay, the one time I really need you, and instead you were just really mean. So, and then since then, I don't know, it's just a really weird, like, I don't know, I hear through the grapevine she's saying all these mean things about me, and even when I told her I wanted to go to school to be a counselor, she was like, oh, good idea, because you've obviously done so well with your own life. I'm like, oh, thank you, because all my cousins and everybody else, all my friends were like, oh, you're going to be really good at that. And then, yeah, that's what she said to me, so.
So when you hear these things, or, you know, when you just feel hurt by these comments from your sister, what do you usually do in response?
Well, normally I don't do anything, but this summer, after she made the counselor comment, and then she made like a series over the course of, I think it was the first time I'd seen her in 6 months, and over the course of like an hour or two, she made a series of a bunch of just really mean remarks. And she was supposed to come camping with my dad and my kids and I. And so I called her and I told her, hey, you know what, like, it really hurt my feelings. Or no, actually I texted her and I said, really hurt my feelings, the things that you said. And, you know, I would not say those kind of things to you, but if you, you know, I would love for you to come on the camping trip with us, but if you're gonna be mean and give attitude like that, then I don't want you to come, because it's just gonna ruin the time for everybody. Because the year before we had done like a boat trip, and she was so mean for the whole thing, and it ruined the day for my dad, for my kids, for everybody, because she was just awful. So I got no reply back, and then she just didn't come. But then we ended up having a great time without her, so it was fine. But yeah, so that was kind of one of the first times that I actually said something, and then she kind of threw a hissy fit and like went to California, and I didn't see her. So
when you do, you know, admit that your feelings are hurt or that you're upset, that is another form of, you know, being vulnerable. And then, you know, I'm sure it just kind of added to that when there was no response.
Oh, yeah, totally. So I've kind of given up, but at least I kind of feel like I can be at peace that it's not me, it's her, even though I'm sure it's partly me, but, you know, but it's not, I mean, she has this attitude kind of towards everybody, so it just stinks, but I'm just going to choose to not dwell on it. But it definitely crosses my mind every day, you know, even if it's just for a second, but.
So when, you know, you're saying that you sort of are just trying to realize, or that you do realize that you really can't control your actions, you can just control, you know, what you do. And so then when these thoughts do cross your mind of feelings of hurt for your sister, what do you usually do then?
I kind of just try to practice gratitude and go, well, at least I have a lot of good friends. I have my kids. I have a lot of people that do care about me and that I have good relationships with. And I'm never going to be mean to her. And I'm definitely going to be cordial and everything. But it's just, I mean, I guess maybe that's kind of messed up. But, like, I guess I can hope that maybe it'll get better. But I'm definitely going to stop. I'm not putting myself out there anymore because, you know, like, what's that expression? It's like, what is it? I can't remember. Something like, do it to me once. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, shame on me or shame on you, but I don't know. Anyways, so I feel like there's been so many times. So I think to like expect anything less would be setting myself up for disappointment or anything more. But I guess I just have to be okay with like not being okay with it. That's kind of a weird. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, you're feeling that if you do open yourself up again, that it could just be even worse, because if she doesn't, you know, respond the way that you would like her to respond, that it just, it would be even worse. And you mentioned that she doesn't have a great relationship with your children, right?
Yeah, she's mean to them. Like, she takes their toys when they're babies and throws them out the window in the car driving. So, yeah, I mean, like, beyond just, like kind of mean, like, mean. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, so that's hard, too, you know, because obviously I'm their mom, so I'm going to be protective. I don't know. People say she's jealous, but, she has nothing to be jealous of, you know, like, so I don't know. Oh, well.
So would you say that, like, because you said that your sister was your children's godmother, that might even just like add another layer of just hurt to the situation, because it's not only affecting your relationship with your sister, but also, you know, their relationship.
Yeah, and that's their only aunt, so it would be nice if she was nice and, like, really into them. And I'm kind of jealous when I see, like, I have other friends that have little sisters or older sisters or whatever, and that just totally dote on their kids. And then she doesn't even give them the time of day and is jealous of them as an adult, which I just find weird, too. Like, you're jealous of a baby? I don't know. Yeah. So, anyway. But it is what it is, and I don't know. My dad keeps saying, like, maybe if she finds happiness in her own life, she'll be nicer, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So, yeah.
So what would you say that is the biggest thing that you would like to work on while we're here? Just think about the situation.
I guess it was just good to just kind of, like, vent it and have somebody, I don't know, just kind of reiterate my thoughts. But, I mean, I guess there's really nothing to work on. I guess, I mean, if I wanted to, I could, like, write her a letter and rip it up or something and not send it, but there's really no point. I guess I just have to, I don't know, it kind of feels good to talk about it and just, I mean, I could cry about it, but I already have, so I kind of feel like,